I gotta change the category and all the tags again. It's the tags that are the most annoying thing, because you can't just like type in something new, you gotta delete the old ones first and then type in the new ones, so I gotta get rid of Valve, Beginner, First Playthrough, all these gone. Now it's Paradox. Strategy. Oh, well, let's add Medieval as well, why not? That'll probably do. So, title, category. Yep, okay. It's updated now, I think. Gotta boot up CK3 and then I'll switch the screen over. Might try and raid someone at the end as well. I've like totally forgot about raiding, but that is something like which is beneficial to do, isn't it? Like especially as a small streamer. It's good to network. I did actually find someone streaming CK3 the other night he was pretty cool. He was doing a Frankish Empire game. I can't remember if he was like aiming for anything specific, but it was pretty cool. So if he's streaming, I'll send us over to him. I'm just gonna find the name of him in case I don't do that, but you can still check him out. Oh, I can change the screen over now as well. Game capture, Crusader Kings free. There we go. And the music stopped now as well. The guy I recommend is called Isaac MDMA. Isaac is spelled I-S-A-K, and then it's MDMA. He's only got a couple of videos. Small streamer like me, but he plays CK3, so if you enjoy this, you might enjoy him. And like I say, if he does start streaming by the time I finish, then definitely go and give him a raid. Right, where are we then? Getting a little bit of stuttering, which is odd. But that does remind me I was going to turn down my settings anyway. Just for a little bit. Because even though they're like perfectly fine in single player, I notice when I start streaming, there's a couple of times when it gets a little bit janky. I know, I'll see how it goes. If there is any like laggy sections, you guys can like tell me and I'll just change the settings. But I think for the most part it is fine. Now tonight I actually want to make progress because when we played yesterday we barely did anything. And to be fair, that's because I was like trying to talk through everything I was doing. And while that is helpful for some people, it definitely does slow the game down because I'm busy talking rather than playing. So where are we at? We've got me, Peking Mechbots, probably gonna die soon. Our son and heir, Hoy Blobvis, Ab Mechbots Kerno, who is a dishonourable antagonist as per Hoy's wishes because he's a sinful little urchin. He's got a younger sibling called Venidra, who is still quite young, only has the charming trait. A younger daughter called Rogue Enjoyer, and then an even younger daughter who is Diamondson 1, who I hope to see all these people come back again tonight. But if not, I also welcome new viewers. We will also try and get in the game as soon as there are children to name after. Nothing really happening at the moment. It's fine. Don't mind quiet moments in CK3. Trying to save up a little bit of money though, aren't we, so we can get some buildings built. Because we tried a war already, but we jumped the gun with that. Even with our ally of Gwynedd, we couldn't quite take on Wessex. And they're even stronger now, so definitely no chance of us doing that. The game reckons we're similar, but I disagree. 4,500, we have, what, 3,400 between us and Gwynedd. I wouldn't say that's equal. Our Knight Louis likes us a bit more. We were swaying with him because he wasn't happy that we fired him. Because he was previously our steward, I believe. So let's sway someone else now. Who to sway? Who to sway? Do we have any rivals we need to kill? No. We could try and kill Alfred and destabilize Wessex, but it'd be a bit awkward doing that, because even though we want to eat up Wessex eventually, for the time being, they're all that's stopping the Vikings, I'd argue. Like, there's this big Viking realm here ruled by the one and only Hastein. And then there's Jorvik still, Northumbria. So having a strong Wessex would actually be helpful in ensuring the Vikings don't take over all of Britain first. So, yeah, I think we'll help our fellow Christians defend Britain against the Viking pagans, and then we'll turn on them. Welcome back, Hoy. I had a feeling you were on your own break. Normally you're a little bit chattier. You haven't missed anything, we've just started playing. It's only been going for a couple minutes. And all I was talking about was basically a reminder of where we got to last night. To the impressive Peking mechbots of Cornwall, I call you to honour your alliance and join me in the Guinevian claim on Morgan League. I don't know how to pronounce that. We'll accept, but we won't actually do anything, as is standard in CK. Attack Brittany? No. I will not attack Brittany. Though maybe when we get a little bit stronger, and if we happen to be the dynasty head, we can perhaps, like, claim the title and then do it? I'll keep it in mind. A word of advice. I saunter between the market stalls of Launceston, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of a local stonemason, perfect geometry, a sound investment, my friend Prince Rodri suddenly appears at my side. A word of advice, my friend? Have a look at the jeweller's stall over there. Their wares might be simple, but their potential is great. Prince Rodri being the former Dick, now our friend, after we bonded together sharing a bath. Maybe we were bathing together in that room what we just saw in Half-Life 2, where it was just like 4 baths facing each other. I remember a message I said in the old Prydain of a joke I made about that one island off the coast of Portsmouth. Portsmouth. Awkwardly, my British geography isn't great. Portsmouth is... I always mix up Portsmouth with another place I can't think of right now. How it had 2k levy coming from it. You don't mean Wight, do you? The Isle of Wight. Oh, and that's Southampton, not... Oh, no, there's Portsmouth. Yeah, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say anything. I thought you might be, like, meaning this tiny island, but as soon as you said it had men, I figured, no, it can't be that, because that's the Isle of Scilly, and Scilly isn't a tile in this or CK2. Yeah, White. But, back to this event. We, So it's 30 gold for Mason's Workshop investment, which is building construction costs, which is nice. And Cornwall gets taxes and construction time. Or the Jeweler's Workshop, which costs just as much, but it's prestige. And more taxes. Or we can just turn a quick profit. I'm going to ignore Rodri and go for the Mason's Workshop, because I want cheaper buildings and faster buildings. Sway French culture. Did we not change who we're swaying? Oh no, we couldn't think of anyone, could we? A commoner of French heritage has been accosted in the streets of Launceston over some minor offence. By making a statement in their defence, I could perhaps convince my Knight Louis, the equally French, of my good character, but I might risk alienating my Cornish peers. Ah, fuck it, let's just go for the prestige. Cornish are of superior moral fibre. The Isle of Scilly, aka the place that went with war with the Netherlands for 360 years without any battles. I didn't know that. Fascinating. Getting a lot of events all of a sudden. flight of fancy. The renowned inventor Abbas ibn Furnas has sought me out with a very odd petition, carrying a pair of wings made from wood and silk. Long have humans lusted to soar through the heavens, he says, and I have made calculations. I will prove that we can. Allow me to jump from the tallest tower of your castle, my lord, and I shall serve you faithfully off afterwards. Unfortunately, my son Vanidra has learned of this and is begging me to let him see the aged scholar take flight. This is a fun event. Very rarely does it go as he would hope. If we allow it, though, 60% chance that his flight will actually be successful. 40% chance that he dies, though. And this does also affect Vanidra, so Vanidra has a 20% chance of becoming brave if the flight is a success. Sadistic or melancholic if he fails. Neither of which I like. Even though sadistic is sort of good, especially if you're going for intrigue, that general opinion -10 is awful. Glorious Revolution. The 355 Years' War. Is that what it's actually called? Or I can try fly. It would be 100% chance of failing, so let's not do that. You know what? We're gonna let him do it. He flew, and I don't think Vanidra got anything from it. Nah, didn't get brave. Though we do have this quick poetic Muslim in our court now, who would be willing to convert to Christianity. There we go. Easy peasy. We've increased control in both our counties, so we've restored full royal authority in our 2 lands. So let's put our marshal on to train commanders. The other option is to organise the army, which basically just makes the army cheaper, but since the army isn't raised, that just does nothing at the moment. Yes. In Dutch, 325. Hang on, my phone's a little bit too far away. Let me try again. 335-jarige oorlog. How's my Dutch? Did I do well? Do I pass the test? How a half-brother can marry, apparently. Don't know why it didn't say that before, because apparently he's never had a wife. You pronounced the G wrong. Is it like a CH in German? Is it like a like a really like guttural thing by any chance? Who do we want our half-brother to marry? We can go for an alliance. Yes, okay, I was right. Well, I'm not trying it again with that sound instead. I'm sorry. Anjou would be a good choice. Tuscany would also be a good choice, but they're quite far away. I think... let's go for this Irish princess, because that's still quite a lot of men, 1,500, and they're close by, so a lot quicker and easier for them to help us. You literally just choked trying to say that. To the implacable petty King Mechbots of Cornwall, I gladly accept your betrothal proposition. Your brother Elwood will be betrothed to my daughter, Afric. Are we still increasing dev? Yes, we are. And we can build some buildings, apparently. We will save up for the trade port, because that gives us money, and dev, which means more money. Warrior was wounded in training. That is... oh, Abbas, who has become our knight. He's a good character, actually. He's no longer our knight, apparently. For some reason, he just got fired. But yeah, he's got very good learning. We might have to consider giving him a job. We can afford a couple of court positions. But more importantly, Hoiblobvis comes of age. With his coming of age, my tuition of Hoiblobvis is at an end. With sufficient tutelage, even a child that has displayed little natural inclination towards administration, such as Hoy, can come to truly understand it. Displaying a thorough understanding of the flow of gold and the wanderings of people, he even expresses a remarkable creativity in dealing with these matters. They grow up so fast. Well done, Hoy. You got a decent education. Not the best, but a decent one. You're now serving as our knight, so I guess you replaced Abbas? Yeah, because Abbas only has 4 prowess, you have 6. Fun fact about that, we call how the Dutch Belgians say it the gentle G. Okay. I'm not sure I fully understand what you mean, but we need to set up a marriage for you here. Who shall we have you marry? I'm still tempted to keep going for alliances because I don't feel safe. Could marry into Brittany. So it stays in the family. I mean, it's quite a distant branch of the family, but... You know what? We're gonna do it. Gonna get an alliance with Brittany. You're going to marry a Breton princess. Hope you're happy with that, Hoy. Because of how it's quieter or at least softer. Ah, okay. Is that for, like, Dutch Belgium? So, like, the Flemish, then, you mean? People from Flanders. Stewardship lifestyle thing can be unlocked. Cool. Taxman. Doesn't matter because we're not collecting taxes. We're all about that dev. Yeah, Flemish. Okay. How much is the trade port? I think it's 120, right? Yeah. So we're not too far off. 1 more month. There we go. Get that trade port on the way. And the beauty of that is, you build the trade port in... Ew. I don't like this. An army of 3,705 men have just landed in the capital. I guess that's because of this war which we agreed to join. Yeah. What luck is that? Dehabarth is allied to Lotharingia, who have decided it is in their best interest to invade Cornwall. Never mind the person actually starting the war in Ceredigion, but no, Cornwall. Tough luck. Rip 7 dev. Well, I don't think you can actually lose development in CK3. I think, like, you can stagnate, so you stop developing. Like, it increases by 0 a month. Which it is actually doing at the moment, because we're under siege. But I don't think you can actually decrease development. Maybe through an event or two, but not, like, naturally or through from a siege. A siege will just decrease control. Diamond Sun needs to be educated. Yeah, I think intrigue is a good education for Diamond Sun. We'll go for that then. We'll have our Spy Master teach Diamond Sun 1. That was a rough siege. Our courtier Artaka was killed. My son Vanidra was captured, and 4 others. Eloid, the half-brother, was captured. Diamondson won. Yeah, he was someone that came along last night. He didn't. He sent like a few messages, not too many, but he was definitely here. Vanidra has been captured by those damned Lotharingians. I imagine a couple of our knights were gone as well, because it said 4 others, but I only see 2. This is rough. We're getting, like, the worst of this war. Oh, thank God it's ended, though. Our ally fully sieged their land, so I guess 100% from that. We now have to resume... Oh, wait. I thought we had to increase control in our capital since we lost the siege, but... Oh, you know what? It is from... Oh, no, I was thinking of this trait here. Enemy occupations do not lower control, but we don't have that. I guess for some reason we're still at 100%. I'm not complaining. And development has resumed. We're now gaining 2.5 progress a month again. Lotharingia wants to ransom my nephew. Okay, so that's one other person that was captured. No, we'd rather have someone else first. I'd rather ransom Vanidra back as soon as that's available. I have a feeling he's going to charge 50 gold for that though, so we have to wait a bit. We're still swaying Louis. We need to sway someone else. Oh, let's sway Abbas. Not sure where to place the emphasis in his name. With the Teutonic Order game, I have 100% professionalism. I already have that for a while. That is impressive. I normally only ever get that by like 1600 or something, or like the 1600s. One prowess knight. Is he our knight? Oh, he is and all. Yeah, I think we lost a couple of knights in the siege, so he's like backfilled for them. Before 1600, impressive. He's trying to ransom my half-brother now. No, we want my son back. Oh, 25. I forgot we could just do it ourselves. Yep. And then we'll take the nephew as well. I noticed... Yeah, our nephew can actually marry someone, so there's another alliance there, I think. Yeah, but it's only like a few mayors that are coming up, which are pretty worthless. We'll go for prestige first, then. 23-year-old. Marry this princess from Wessex, sure. Shame we can't get an alliance from it. It is the granddaughter of Earl Uhtred. Oh, the previous king's daughter. That's interesting. So I think that is the niece of King Alfred. I've been corresponding with your Chancellor Gurkhan, and it's been a shameful diplomatic display. You are not the man I thought you were. So, Petty King Alfred has been told lies about me, I guess. Oh, that is a possible side effect of this. That is neighbour opinion loss here, so that is because our Chancellor is dogshit. The name changes every single time. Oh, I missed a couple messages. I mean, I'm playing Prussia, I have a lot of bonus. Oh, you've actually formed Prussia. I forgot. I thought you were still playing as the Teutonic Order. Okay, that makes sense then. With the babe cradled in her arms, Petty Queen Nest's gaze meets mine. Her eyes are full of loving devotion. My love, let us name him Mechbots after you. I mean, there's no one else that needs naming, but I'd rather not have a second character. Mechbots ab Mechbots. How about, even though he doesn't watch, let's call this Sun Armor Jail, just in honour of a loyal viewer of mine. Now the cocky before the worthless, then the unimportant. Are these just all things which I have been called? I did see the cocky on the last letter, I just chose not to read it. Moobot. I'm not giving it to Moobot before I am another, like, follower. It's a shame we haven't had any other people turn up yet. We've only been streaming CK3 for a little bit, but last night when we did it, we got people very quickly. We're only at, like, 2 viewers right now. It's a bit disappointing, actually, but the show goes on. We are here to play. The naming characters is just a bonus. The voice of reason. Another council meeting, another conflict. Bishop Aniud and Spymaster Gwenore are arguing violently about the upcoming building projects. As Petty King, I could silence them with a single word, but I have a better idea. My diplomatic pursuits have given me insight on how to handle situations like these to please everyone. He says that, but it's a 3% chance that we actually get the compromise. So that's pretty low chance. Because more people stream due to Friday. Ah, so I have a smaller share of... yeah, my 2 Diplo. I'm a masterful diplomat. And I'm not even pursuing diplomacy, I'm pursuing stewardship, so I don't know what that's talking about. Who do we need opinion with? Let's just get it with the bishop, because he's lower. And I still need to find... Oh no, I'm swaying Abbas now. You guessed it right. Yeah, I know, I was thinking that. Did you, like, memorize it or something? But that, yeah, you were right. It's 2 diplomacy. Nicely done. You have the gift, hoy. Alright, we still need to... Who is this? Oh, we married our Marshal and Spymaster, and they've had a daughter, 11 years old, and she was kidnapped in the siege. I'm sorry guys, but I'm not spending 10 gold on someone that's worthless to me. I will ransom my half-brother first. You had 0? No, I didn't have 0. You're misremembering that. Right? Wait, maybe I did have 0? Wait. I'm gaining 1 from being an administrator, 1 from ambitious, which I had already. -2 from callous. I could have sworn I had 2 yesterday as well. Yawn just came out of nowhere. I really want to try do a much bigger scale game at some point. Oh, you weren't actually here when I was talking about this, you were on your own break. I was talking about a guy who I was considering raiding if he's streaming by the time I finish. He's another small streamer, I caught him playing CK3 the other night. It's pretty cool. He was doing like a Carolingian restoration game, so he was playing as Francia, and he had like Italy and East Francia, and you know, it's just a cool big empire. Normally I stop playing when I'm that big, just because it's, you know, that's like a point of no return. You've snowballed there, you can beat basically anyone. But it really made me want to give it a go, because I realised I've never actually done like a Frankish revival game before. So I might do that at some point. Today, Aniud held a fiery sermon for all the children of the court. They were apparently spellbound as he zealously read from the scriptures. My daughter, Rogan Joyous, now seems certain that she is destined for greatness, claiming that God supports her indiscriminately. I mean, we don't really have a choice here. We're going to have a major stress break if we go for either of these options, which would be to make her zealous or sadistic. But no, she can keep ambitious. There you go, Rogue Enjoyer. You're not here, but have fun. Sounds weird, not... Oh, I missed a message. Caught him playing CK2 the other night. Seems weird. I mean, I suppose if you look at it in a certain way, but I think that's fine. CK3 anyway, not CK2. I know, it's like, you'd say like, I caught him live last night, whatever. You see it on like other people's streams, whatever, like people, like if you watch like YouTube and VODs, whatever, you now and again get like donations saying it's nice to catch you live for once, like that. I meant in the same way as that then. Should we try and get some better commanders, do you reckon? We've got Louis, who is decent. Alan, who's got 10 prowess, and that's about all he has going for him. Attack Ireland. God, you just want me to attack everyone. What are you going to be like when I'm playing Victoria Freehoy? Because that war isn't even the focus of that game. I'm going to be like trying to nurture a good, strong economy and play diplomatic games, and you're just going to be constantly telling me to invade anyone and everyone. Oh, this is a good event. A strange noise. I arrived back at my castle after a long, lonely walk. Another year passed, another year older. I was born this day 55 years ago. The older I get, the more I cherish the relationships I've cultivated over the years. So it saddens me that I've not heard from my wife Nest or any of my friends today. I trudge along to my chambers, loneliness impeding my lazy feet, when I hear a clang and hushed whispers from down the hallway. What could that be at this hour? 60 infamy, don't care, attack Siberian. Pretty much what you're gonna be in it. What could that be at this hour? Happy birthday! What a surprise. All my nearest and dearest friends have come together to wish me well as I begin this next year of my life. There is even an entire table laden with saffron cakes, my favourite. Which is a bit weird, because I don't think Cornwall would really have easy access to saffron in 885, because I think saffron is like a delicacy from the Middle East, or maybe even Africa or India. So that's quite impressive actually, the fact that my mates have got me these cakes. Here I was thinking that everyone had forgotten about me. I cannot believe that Nest went to all the trouble of arranging this in secret. I had not a clue such a thoughtful surprise was being planned at all. My friend Nest approaches me struggling to carry 3 beautifully wrapped packages. Ever the trickster, she says, I've 3 gifts here for the choosing. One shall be yours, but which shall it be? This event cropped up in the pre-launch stream for Friends and Foes, And I pointed out there, and I will point it out again. What psychopath brings 3 presents to a birthday party and then says you can only have 1 and takes the other 2 back home with them? A saffron bun. Cornish tea treat bun or revel bun is a rich, spicy, leaven sweet bun that is flavoured with saffron and contains dry fruit including currants and raisins similar to a tea cake. Excalibur. It's not Excalibur. But how... In fact, yeah, I will let you choose, Hoy. Do I go for the biggest one? Receive the large gift, gain 30 opinion of every friend. Medium, same thing. Or small, same thing. It's Cornish. Is it though? I thought like saffron was a spice from like abroad. Pick a present, Hoy. I'm gonna see where saffron comes from, because I'm not buying it. I think saffron bun is like a nickname. It's believed saffron originated in Iran. However, Greece and Mesopotamia have also been suggested as the possible region of origin. So it's not as far away as I thought. I'll concede that. Oh well. Biggest. I don't know what they all can give, so biggest. Well, it's a surprise. It's like random pretty much. But okay, we'll go for the biggest. We got the morsel of St. David. It appears to be a piece of dried meat. The age and origin are unclear. It's not bad, considering we've got like no artifacts. We now have one that gives +2 clergy opinion and +4 from every other Catholic. That's nice. Good choice, Hoy. You done good. I'm remembering to drink my tea this time and it's still warm, unlike last night. I really hope you couldn't just hear me like swallowing my tea then, because that would just be very weird. This is quite uneventful. Normally when I play on Speed 4 it's fine. Like, we've had a couple of clusters of events, but for the most part, not much is happening. Let's have a look around the world. Spain is Spain. Navarra's doing quite well. Like, for some reason it seems Aquitaine has broken up when Francia split. There's normally a... Oh my god. Charles the Bald was assassinated by Hasstein? What the hell? I wonder if they were rivals or something then. That's really cool. I mean, it's pretty major, but... Yeah, so when Charles the Bald died, he would have split between West Francia and Aquitaine, as you can see here, to Louis the Stammerer and Charles III. But it seems Charles III here couldn't keep hold of Aquitaine. It's blown up, being eaten partially by Lotharingia and partially by Navarra, of all places. Navarra, which is Muslim as well, so... Oh, it looks like the Muslims are doing really well in the Iberian struggle, actually. Asturias is the last holdout already. Invade Leon, or the point of Brittany. I was considering that, because they are actually Vikings as well, so we can holy war them, because we're close enough, but they have more men than me, so... Mind you... You know what? I'm actually going to listen to you for once, Hoy. How about that? Are you happy now? Because I can just call in Brittany and let Brittany deal with it. I won't even have to raise my army. The AI can just do it for me. Let's watch, see how they do. Go on, Rualon. Do it for Cornwall. He fucked it. I'm never listening to you again, Hoy. We've lost. Oh, he called in Prydain as well. Okay, we've lost. He got stack wiped. Good job, Hoy. All your fault. Why Holy War? Because that's the only CB I had. I wasn't going to fabricate a claim. I don't have that kind of money. And I did sort of forget that Hasstein already ate Mercia. But I think then... Oh no, that really was just him joining to help a fellow Asatru. So the cocky petty king mechbots me, your humours rot in your living body, your ill-conceived war was doomed from the start. Whatever. So that is a second failed war. Or was it a strategy to lower the army count of Brittany, so that we are now the dynasty head of the Prydain dynasty? I'll let you decide. We want to recover our prestige because we've spent a fair bit to call him into that war. He's already replaced us back. How? He has 200 men. We have 900. Do a claim? I'm not doing a claim because a claim will cost like 90 gold and we're trying to build stuff. I want to at least get the same buildings in Tintagel as I already have in Launceston, and then ideally also in Exeter. You didn't have money for a claim, but you do have money to lose a war. Well, I didn't think I were going to lose. I really thought Brittany could handle that because they had like the same amount of men. I didn't expect Leon here to call in Yarnum over. Armory breaking. By the blood. Those accursed children, my daughter Rogue Enjoyer and her compatriot Diamondson One were caught red-handed having snuck into the armory. Don't they know that weapons are dangerous? Rogue Enjoyer was apprehended by a servant after she had knocked over a suit of armor while looking for a bandage for Diamondson One who had hurt herself. It seems that Rogue Enjoyer is fond of rash and uninformed plans. Springing into action to save your friend? Admirable. You didn't have money for a claim. Oh, I already read that. Also, it costs less money. It only costs us 50 to pay the reparations. To get a claim, it would have been like 90. Can't really fight this because they outnumber us, even if it's only by a bit. Their commanders will be like 10 times better than mine because they're Vikings. They're all beefy lords of the martial. My Marshal Materiana has been showing off a promising new recruit. He may not be of as noble stock as you, my liege, but on my name I swear that the Carthon is someone you would want on your side. Very well. We need the commanders. Not going to turn down a free commander. He's a military engineer like Louis. Yeah, that's fine. I wonder who is going to be kidnapped this time in the siege. My nephew's had a daughter called Veep, apparently. Whatever name that's meant to be. Godslayer turret is now in the game. Oh, Alan. Man. Captured again. It's her nephew. Oh, and his newborn daughter, Godslayer turret. She's literally still wet behind the ears from being born. It's... Okay. Well, she's probably not coming back because I don't want to pay the ransom. Hoy, you have just been married. Congrats. To the implacable Peking mechbots of Cornwall, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. Your son and heir, Hoy Blobvis, and my half-sister Catelyn will be joined in holy matrimony. May their union bring happiness and fulfillment. Get spawned and then instantly captured. Yeah, I mean... I like to imagine that the mum was, like, giving birth in one room, and literally as soon as, like, they open the door to tell the dad, it's just a big hairy Viking there waiting, like, tapping his foot, ready for them to hand over the daughter. Anyway, you've been married now, Hoy. I hope you're happy. Your wife has a claim on Brittany, so at some point, if we lose our alliance, we can try and press your wife's claim. And that would be a very snidey way for us to take over Brittany. We'd be pressing your wife's claim, so she'd become the Queen of Brittany. But then when she dies, it would go to her eldest, who would also be your eldest, aka my heir's heir. So eventually Cornwall and Brittany would be united. I think that is the play. If we lose our alliance... In fact, no, that's a point. We're not going to lose our alliance because... Oh, if he dies, then maybe, but... Be a bit of a small window of opportunity. Fine, we'll ransom Godslayer turret. Just because it's a named character. It's named after a follower. What did I change the name of the stream to? Naming characters after viewers. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, I was going to give that guy a cult position. It's because I was reading physician then. We were going to give that guy a cult position. We'll do that in a second. A bass would probably do well as an antiquarian. Yeah, good. But do we need an antiquarian? Because we're not going to spend money to commission a new artifact. The only one artifact we have is... what? At some point we lost our artifact already? Oh, the bastard. That Viking, not only did he take our niece, he also took my morsel of St. David, and now he's using it for himself. Oh, I can't believe he did that. I could challenge him for the artifact, but with 22 prowess versus my 3, somehow I think he'd win. So I'd just end up losing more prestige. However, I'm not afraid to try and steal it, so let's set that in motion. Started to steal artifact scheme against Jarl Sigfrid. Sigfrid? Pretty good chance as well, 57%. It's not that bad. Coming out to play. I'm sure Roger's relationship with his spouse Ethne is a very happy and productive one, but lately he has less and less time to spend with me, a dear friend, as their relationship deepens. Every time I try and get him out for even anything simple as a walk, he is apparently tied down with marital duties. I miss the good old days when we would go out gallivanting around the place, drinking the finest spiced wine until we threw up, and then doing it all over again the next night. Not to mention the lush baths we shared together. What times we had. If only that wretched, abhorrent Ethne wasn't keeping us from having that again. The game really wants me to murder my friend's wife, apparently. That's the only option where we don't lose stress. And that's going to overwrite the scheme we just started to get our artifact back. 125 stress, that's really bad. That's going to put us up to like a level 2 break. But those opinion penalties are also really bad, not to mention the stress you get anyway. But I really... Alright, this is really sly, but here's what I'm going to do. So we're going to do that. So we're now plotting to murder her, except no we're not, because I'm going to steal the artifacts again. So basically, we just lost stress from that event, nothing else. Bit sly, hate to do it, but, yeah, I'm really left with a choice. I'm proud to see my son no longer as a child but as an adult. Vanidra has come of age and has an average education in diplomacy. Who shall Vanidra marry? Not very good alliance options. Assalian is alright, though. I mean, they're only the Counts of Klingenberg, but still, that's 1,500 more men. And they're pretty much the same age, only a 2-year difference. Yeah, let's go for that then. Aniud has gained the trait Wise Man. Okay. Aniud is known for his unconventional but practical approach to religion. That helps him as a court physician, like I think that adds to his aptitude, though it does mean he's going to have a few more unorthodox methods to cure things, so we'll have to be sure to read them if we get any. My daughter-in-law, Catalin, has given birth to a daughter, so this is... Ahoy! You've got a daughter already, congrats. We've run out of names already because no one's turned up to join the game. Trying to think who I can name this child. Moobot? I was thinking Kaysen. I was thinking we could go to like the old school people, so like Kaysen and Lanky and Brat. But as soon as it's your daughter, I'll let you decide. Would you rather your daughter be Moobot or Kaysen? I feel bad giving that choice now, because Kaysen's an actual person that's joined the streams, whereas Moobot is a bot. Lanky lad. Okay. How about Lanky Lass? Because it's a daughter. There we go. Oh, sickly. Lanky Lass is suffering from a sickly disposition. A better guardian. My dear husband, I'm worried for our daughter Diamond One's education, my wife Ness says, with concern in her voice. That hag Gwenere is not a good guardian. Level 4 intrigue? She is simply too vile. I mean, her traits aren't bad, actually. She's brave, gregarious. Worst thing is greed. Our daughter needs a good, dedicated guardian, someone like my implacable uncle Idval. Well, does Idval know intrigue? No. It's a no, then. Should I make the arrangements? I choose Gwenere for a reason, woman. God damn it, woman, listen to me. We're still friends, at least. All because of that pleasant fishing trip we went on. A nose for profit. While out on a leisurely stroll, the cry of a particular merchant stands out from the regular hustle and bustle of the street. Greetings, my lord. I have an exquisite assortment of wares, if my lord has the coin. Not really. As I peer at the myriad of goods in the stall, I can hear Melor murmur. The etchings on that piece must be real. And quite valuable, too. He glances at me with a triumphant smile. This one should be a steal? I believe this piece will be the more lucrative choice. I trust your expertise. Let us move on. I mean, I don't like the idea of losing money, really. 40% chance of gaining 100% stewardship and we don't spend money. I think that's our best odds, so we'll go for that. 50 stewardship and we only spent 5. Haggling skills were adequate. And we bought a terracotta toy fowl. Or foal? Fowl. The worn surface tells the tale of a once beloved toy. One learning, that's nice. Abbas does like us now. 33 opinion. He's 72 years old, Jesus. Old man. I was going to give him a wife, but he's probably about to die. He just left my court. Did he seriously just leave my court? What the hell? I can't believe he just did that. I should have given him a position. I was going to do that. I should have made him a tutor. He would have been a good tutor because he's quick. Whoops. Can't invite him back now either. Steel artifact minor management. I have told my agent Duel to monitor Jarl Sigfrid so that we can find the perfect opportunity to pilfer an artifact from him. Progress, however, has been much slower than I'd like. Perhaps I should give him something specific to look out for. Micromanaging? That's not good, but the thing gains progress. Nah, I trust them to do their job. I don't... Oh, this is just a random courtier, apparently. For... I don't know what he's doing up here, if he's a courtier of Jarl Sigfrid, because... Jorvik's down here, not up there. I can declare war... Oh god, he's conquered more land. Hastein is relentless. I hate to say it, but we might have to, like, submit to him at some point. If he can, like, become a kingdom, then we might have to just become his vassal. Either that, or he's going to conquer us and it's game over. Oh, Jorvik split up, I think. I think they lost Northumbria already. Because Halfdan Whiteshirt controls all of it, but then his sons have, like, split it in half between Northumbria and Jorvik. My daughter Roganjoy has been impressed with one of the household knights for a very long time. After finally meeting in person, she has been repeating the warrior's words to herself. Work hard and you can master anything. Indeed. That gives her diligent. Roganjoy is quite a decent character already. Got ambitious, diligent, impatient, which is meh. Vanidra can finally get married. Very good. Kill him for Gavelkind? Yarn him up. That's a shout, actually. It would split, but only... Does he have... Is he on Confederate partition? He's on Confederate partition, so it would actually create... Oh no, Mercy is already a thing. It would split between Mercia and East Anglia, so that and that. So it would definitely help. But the people it would split between are just as dangerous as the current ruler. But I guess, yeah, we'll try do that then after we've plotted to take the artifact back. Does your whole family become diligent or something? I wish, but no. It did seem familiar though, didn't it? I was reading another character last night that was also ambitious and diligent. Can't remember who it was. Because I was saying that those two are like a couple of my favourite traits. A new claimant. Of all the buffoonery I've ever seen, in Gurkant's insane effort to improve my relations with my neighbours, my good-for-nothing Chancellor has officially acknowledged King Alfred's claim to Devon. Oh dear. Well, that's not good. I think we're safe for the time being because Gwynedd... Oh, Gwynedd has, like, no men. But at least we've got Brittany and Leinster. So together we have, like... Oh, you can see here, like, I have 500 men, allies have 3,700. So if my allies all joined, we could outnumber Wessex. Wessex is in a bad state. Look at that, minus 391 gold. Because they're occupied in this silly war, helping their ally Holland, I think. Yeah. Holland is trying to take Bremen from East Francia. That's a little bit ambitious. Oh, there's also the Byzantines involved. Of course. Good job, Holland. A very strategic move there. Ah, oh, stress break. Oh, it's because Rodri died. So there goes that alliance as well. Why must I always do everything myself? How can I be expected to rule over Cornwall when half my servants are incapable of following my orders, then the other half does not even understand them? I don't mind taking irritable because it gives you +2 prowess, let alone the stress loss of being like stress trait. However, the diplomacy would put us at 0, which really would be bad. And -1 martial, and we'd be less attractive. If we have the money, we could just go on a hunt. If we endure, we gain 75 extra stress, so if we then did a hunt, it wouldn't put us back to normal, we'd still be at level 1, but... I think we're just gonna go for irritable then. And we're going to immediately lash out as well, because we're still at the high end of that bar. As soon as the court gathers, I smile impatiently. The time has come. You, over there. Were you born such a churl, or did that come later in life? And you, don't think I don't see you. Just lash... Oh, I didn't even get rid of that much. Oh well. Remember when you tried to revive the Dutch culture for me? Oh, that was fun, that. Yeah, I kept on to a couple of, like, courtiers that were just, like, Dutch for the hopes that I could land them again in future. That was a fun little side goal. I liked that. Mechbots has died. A tragic day. Let us forever remember the 2nd of June, 889, the day I died. I died in my sleep. A conscientious man, I was renowned for my excellent skills as a steward and a ruler. I mean, excellent is a bit generous when... Generous? I'm like James Bond there. Sean Connery. No, yeah, bit generous when I only had 10 stewardship. Peking Blobvis ascends to the throne. His eyes always set upon the next target. The vassals of the realm do well in locking up their spouses as Hoy Blobvis takes the throne. That's because you're lustful. Only good steward and intrigue, and that's it. And like I say, good, that is a bit of a generous assessment. Even the game says it's average. Look. Average. I would not say that is good. I'd say good is like 13 or 14 and higher. And I think that's like around the same cap the game uses before it also says it's good. I can hear a strange like banging or something. I couldn't tell whether that was in the game or outside. Anyway, we're now playing as you, Hoy. You've got glorious ginger hair. Interesting that you also only have 10 stewardship and 11 intrigue. Exactly the same as me. At least you've got a bit more diplomacy. Yeah, actually my thing's definitely decreased because I don't know. Oh, because, yeah, I gained some off my spouse, but since I'm dead, it doesn't count that anymore. Like, you are gaining 1 intrigue from your spouse, 1 stewardship from your spouse, 1 martial from the spouse, and 1 diplomacy. Which is not bad, is Catelyn. Anyway, what are we going to focus on? As boring as it is, I'm going for the exact same thing, well, because I want money. We never did get the artifacts back, unfortunately. Oh, that is a bit awkward. So, our dynasty banner isn't even owned by Brittany. It's owned by these Vikings. So we can try and steal that back. I think I will. We'll lose stress because we're vengeful, so that's nice. We're going to try and take our dynasty banner back. Marshal? 5 marshal. I don't know what my marshal... Yeah, no, like I say, that's gone down to 0 because we're not getting a share from our spouse. I think that spouse, since she had 14, she was probably giving us like 2 or 3 marshal. Oh yeah, I was going to sway someone, I think... Ooh, God, these people are not happy with us. As I explained last night, I'm going to start with the Spy Master. She's the most powerful in a plot against us if she joins one. Best have her on side. Catelyn's pregnant. Some guy in our court has a claim on Ceredigion. Oh, Rodri's in prison. Oh no, that's not Rodri, that's Rodri's son, innit? Because Rodri died, of course. We've still got our alliance with Brittany because, you know, it's our wife, so it's still very closely related. Can we get our alliance back with Leinster? Nope. Who else did we get alliances with? Oh, Devon is now controlled by Vanidra. Vanidra is not a fan of us. In fact, that's a point. Vanidra has the same level of intrigue as our current Spy Master, except we can make Vanidra happy by making him Spy Master because minus 40 for not being on the council. So it's going to go from minus 77 to minus 27. That's better. So let's work on improving relations with our brother Vanidra. I would consider killing Vanidra, but I feel a little bit awkward about doing that. Plus I want to try and get this artifact first. We can't actually use the Dynasty banner, but it would be nice to have. Certainly this Viking shouldn't have it. Leon now controls a random bit of Ireland. Mayo. We'll be after the county of Ketchup next. With much self-satisfied ceremony, my knight Melos slams a bulging sack down before me. Look, he bids. I empty its contents, precious metal, heirlooms, trinkets. I've convinced some of Petty King Alfred's commoners, grins Melor. Their taxes were meant for you, my liege. It's a decent windfall, and even better, I can just imagine the beady-eyed look of wrath on the Petty King's detestable face. Mercia split? Oh, so it did. The king must have died then. Yeah, I'm not getting along with Alfred, am I? Grow closer to forming a rivalry with him, which is dangerous because he already has a claim on Devon. And we don't have the alliances to protect us anymore. However, it is 15 whole gold. Piety is nice. And you need piety because you're a sinful little urchin. Well, now I am, because I'm playing as you. And the opinion with Alfred would be nice. Whatever. Woe to the vile Alfred. I'm going to consider investing in more men-at-arms, because I feel like we don't have time to play tall like I was planning. I wanted to build up an economy, but I feel like we need a bit of a better army first. I'll look. Oh, I best do this now. With a tired yet blissful smile, Catelyn presents me with a perfect little son. The game wants me to use the name Mechbots again. Hang on, just for jokes. We've now got Lanky Lass and Lanky Lad. He was 73 or something, maybe a bit more land. Mechbots 2. No. We've got Lanky Lass and Lanky Lad. Yeah, Mercia and Yarnamor is split quite nicely, actually. Mercia has, like, a very pathetic army, but Yarnamor still has a good one. I was going to look at what men-at-arms Wessex employs. So they use Huscarls and Pikemen. Huscarls are heavy infantry, Pikemen are spearmen, so if we can get something that counters heavy infantry and spearmen, that'd be good. Heavy infantry are countered by light infantry, so we already got that. Spearmen are countered by heavy infantry, I think? Yeah, so we'll get some heavy infantry of our own then. Yeah, so if we build up our men-at-arms now, we'll be countering both the Huscarls and the Pikemen, because those are the only two they have. Any cultures developed in the short time we've been playing? It's only been 23 years, so I'd be surprised if anything new had popped up already. I'm a little bit interested in Croatian Slovakia here. That's like the very tip as well, which is like part of Ukraine today, I think, isn't it? I wonder how that happened. Normally you don't see the AI like convert culture, so that is very odd. The existence of my plot has been discovered. God damn it. That means it's like, oh no, there's still decent chance. We'll give it a go then, might as well. Attack into Wales. Could do. I mean, he's... Oh yeah, there was a third son involved, so it's Yarnamova split into Yarnamova, Mercia, and Dehobard. And this guy is allied to Yarnamova still, which has 2k men. Gwynedd is also strong. I don't think we can attack Wales, really. They're a bit strong. The weakness that has plagued my daughter since her birth has finally released its hold on her. Relief washes over me as I see Lanky Lass running around with all the other children. Running around at 3 years old. Quite impressive. Actually, mind you, 3 years old, that's... I think that's like around the time kids like learn to walk or run, isn't it? Whatever. We failed to sway Venidra. Rogan Joy can get married now. I think we need to go for some... Ooh, we can ally Wessex. That's an interesting idea. Once enemies, now friends. Or we could look to Ireland for 2,000 men, which is still, you know, nothing to shy away from. That's quite impressive. Hmm. Wessex or Ireland? I think Ireland's probably better because then we can like use them to attack Wessex. Which, even though I said we shouldn't do that because, you know, we need to band together to defeat the Vikings, could still be fun to do that, so... Yeah, I'm gonna go for Ireland as an ally. Good old Munster. So that is Diamondson 1... Oh no, it isn't. It is Roganjoy that has been married off. Jarl Godfrey of Northumbria has discovered that I am the mastermind behind the plot. Oh, so that's just destroyed my plot to get the artifact back. And now, god damn it, Vanidra. Vanidra's demanding we relinquish the terracotta toy fowl that we have. If we don't, they're going to lose 60 opinion of us, which seems a bit dramatic if you ask me. 60 opinion just because we don't give him a little toy. And you know what? I'm not going to give him it because, you know, I want that one learning. So now we're back down to 84. I think they do need to adjust that because minus 60 opinion, that is ridiculous, especially for something as minor as a toy. Like, you just wouldn't lose that much opinion. We've lost our court position, which is never good. Let's... the options aren't great. Pardon me. Jacko. Jacko the Dutch Knight. Where'd he come from? Let's just give it to Melor. He's poor, but I don't want to spend money on hiring a, like, proper physician. He'll pick up the skills on the job. He'll be alright. Should depend on quality of the item. Yeah, I agree. Like this is a really common artifact. You can get this like very easily from like the event I got it from. It should not be worth 60 opinion. I mean, look at that. It's only got like a lifespan of 30 years as well. So maybe it could be tied to the lifespan. Nah, I think you're on the better track, like quality. In fact, I have an idea. You can gift artifacts and hang on, let me just see. Unequip. So if I were to gift this, it would get me 19 opinion, and I think it should depend on that. I mean, that still seems a bit high, but for example, if I refused it, then I should lose 19 opinion, because clearly the AI's opinion value of this artifact is at 19, because that's how much it's worth as a gift, so I think it should be worth the same if you refuse it. Not really sure how to proceed, honestly. Oh, look at that. Alfred's died. The game didn't tell us that. Mind you, it didn't have a reason to, but Alfred's died and now it's split into Wessex and Kent. Even weaker. If we can... I mean, I really like having the alliance with Brittany because it's 2,000 men. I feel very safe. But at the same time... I was going to say at the same time, if we lost the alliance, we could press the wife's claim on Brittany and then do the thing. So, like, Lanky Lad would inherit both Cornwall and Brittany. But we can't take on Brittany anyway, because 2,000 men. Unless we used Munster's 2,000 men. It'd be a bit risky, and there's no guarantees they'd actually join. Roganjoy has just got married. Congrats to him. Apparently longbowmen had deformed skeletons. Where's that come from? That's you just come out of nowhere with that fact. Okay. Really? I mean, there were a lot of people hired to use longbows in England's history, so... Wait, why would they have deformed skeletons? You can't just, like, drop something like that and not explain it, like. One second. I'm back. I just had to take my nasal spray. I forgot to take it earlier. My nose was tightening up. It was getting harder to breathe. Because from a young age, they started using them so they had bigger arm and shoulder bones. Okay. Did you, like, just read about this, or is this just a fact you, like, randomly remembered and felt like sharing? Do you think if I just, like, kept on streaming, like, just didn't stop and went on for hour after hour, I'd eventually build up more and more viewers, or do you think I'd end up streaming for, like, 24 hours and staying at 2 viewers? My Marshal Materiana has been showing off a promising new recruit. Oh, it's this event. Yep, another night. Won't ever turn it down. No reason to. Just read it. Ah. Yeah, I will admit it's not the most entertaining stream right now. Not much is happening. We're a little bit stuck in a corner, really, playing Cornwall. We need to, like, get a good opportunity. Get some more alliances like we're doing. Get some more money. You'll die. Nah, people do 24-hour streams all the time. Do one for charity. Then there's actually a reason to do it. Sure, let's go for Klingenberg. Oh, it's another Salian. That's the same family we already married Rogue Enjoyer into, I think. Oh, that was another person we had the alliance with. Well, we've got that again, at least. And that's 1.7k. Mercia is definitely breaking up a bit. I think... Yeah, they've had like an Anglo-Saxon revolt here that succeeded in Warwickshire. To the contemptuous petty King Hoy Blobvis, in a few days' time my abhorrent rival Jarl Sigfrith will travel through Cornwall. This is the new King of Wessex, talking about the Jarl of Jorvik, who we also don't like. If you orchestrate an ambush and capture him, I will reward you generously. If you accept my offer, you will get half of the money now and the other half when you turn over Jarl Sigfrith. If he should die in the fray, I will shed no tears, but I will not pay for his corpse. I trust that the words on this parchment will stay between us. I look forward to your reply. I will absolutely help this. Get paid to help imprison someone we don't like? Absolutely. Oh, he escaped. Bastard. Did I get the money, though? Did I still get, like, 75 gold? Because I did not have 120, I swear. Let's build some more forestry things. Some logging camps in Tintagel. Gotta try and just do the same as we've already done in Launceston, because we want the money. We want faster construction time. And then we want both to have trade ports, because I think the development growth can stack. So it would be like 10% growth, even just from the lowest tier, because we'd have two. Lanky Lad is a troublemaker, apparently. While I have come to expect mischief from my son and heir Lanky Lad, his creativity keeps me on my toes. When it is not a prank, it is a brawl, a disgruntled tutor, or grazed knees from an adventure gone wrong. Never a dull moment. Now, you know what that means? That means we're going to educate him to be a knight. So here's the thing. Even though Lead has the worst not as good as education in martial as Ilcarthon does, I'm still going to pick Lead, because if he's educating him, he's going to influence him to be more like him, in which case there's a higher chance of Lanky Lad becoming brave or ambitious, which, you know, obviously we want, so we'll go for him. Oh, we failed to sway Vanidra again. I hate to say... Oh, look at that. I was just going to say, I hate to say it, but we might have to kill Vanidra. And then I go and see that Vanidra's named his only son after me. I can't kill him now. Or maybe. Nah, we'll just sway him. I love that though. Love that the AI's reused my name. That is always a fun thing to see. While it's a little bit quiet at the moment, I'm just going to check out of curiosity how many people are watching CK3 at the moment. Because I noticed yesterday, maybe it was actually earlier today. No, I think it was yesterday. The people watching EU4 was really low. Like, it was less than 100 people watching EU4, and I found that really strange. Like, I get that a lot of people watch, like, Paradox games because, you know, they stick to, like, one or two, like, big streamers. And, like, I guess when they're not streaming, they just don't watch it. But it still seemed odd to me that there were so few people watching EU4. We'll educate Lanky Lass in intrigue, because she's already inclined towards being a spy, already for intrigue, which is by far her best attribute. There are apparently currently 7,000 people watching CK3. There's 2 streamers right at the top hogging a couple of thousand each. 2.7k, 2.2k, then it drops down to hundreds. Yeah, it really is those 2 that are like taking all the people wanting to watch it. There's quite a few Germans playing. Yeah, there really are as well. A lot of these titles are German. A lot of people use webcams as well, don't they? I still don't. And I still don't intend to. I just don't see a point. Stewardship. Yep, let's keep taking that. Here I am with my 2 viewers much further down the list. I suppose it is hard to stick out in it. You've got like a sea of these thumbnails that are all just the same thing, so why should they click mine instead of those? Oh well. I'm happy with what I've got. I enjoy streaming. Doesn't matter if there's not people watching. Like, even if, like, just having you, Hoy, it's really nice having someone to talk to. My Marshal, Materiana, has been showing off promisingly... Oh, god, this again. Yes, we'll take the knight. Almost feel like putting it on speed 5 just because of how little's happening, but I don't think I'm brave enough for that. Logging camps again. 127 to upgrade them. We're going to look at seeing if we could get money off the Pope, but with minus 135 piety, somehow I don't think he'll agree with us. Apparently I can make something here. Oh, it's probably just, yeah, hunting grounds. I could do hunting grounds now for that extra 0.2 gold. I think I will. Oh, Rogue Enjoyer died. Oh no. Rogue Enjoyer died in childbirth. Giving birth to these... Oh no, just the one. I thought they were twins at first, but one's a year older. Hello, Vinidra. It's good to see you again. How are you doing today? While I wait for you to answer, you might be pleased to notice that you are currently an Earl within the Duchy of Cornwall because my character died. King Mechbots died in his sleep on the 2nd of June, 889, and we are now playing as Petty King Hoyblobvis. And you, Vinidra, are the half-brother that does not like us, still. We're not rivals, but, you know, we're not getting along. Minus 60 opinion because I wouldn't give you a childhood toy of mine. And we were having a little discussion over how that's a little bit silly. You're currently employed as our spy master, though, but you're still not happy about it. In fact, that's something I forgot about. A spy master with minus 72 opinion, that's very dangerous. I wouldn't be surprised if you were plotting to kill us as we speak. So we'll have to maybe keep a closer eye on you. I mean, we're trying to sway you. We're trying to, like, rekindle our childhood bond of being brothers. Would be a shame if someone is falling out of a window. You wouldn't dare. We just, like, cheered you up a bit anyway. Plus 25 opinion. God, the game's bombarding me with stuff, so I can't read that. I lost 50 piety. Even lower now. Spouse mediates with Breton brother. Okay, so the King of Britain has just gained a bit of opinion with us. And we've built our hunters' lodges in Launceston. In the line of succession, you are currently third Venidra. So if you pushed us out of a window, you'd then also have to push little lanky lad and lanky lass out of the window as well. You need a scheme to befriend me. I think you have to unlock the befriend scheme, don't you? I think, like, just normal characters can only, like, sway, seduce, and, what's the other one? Romance. I think to befriend, you either have to have, ritualized friendship as a culture thing, or you unlock it in... Where is it? I think one of these perks gives you it. No, I can't find which one it is. Yeah, well, like you say. We can just take it the slow way, bit at a time, just work on swaying you. That's fine. We failed it twice already, but we're getting there. We actually got to -17 when we first made you Spy Master, because you were first pissed off at us because you weren't on the council. But then when we refused to give you our toy from being a child, you really lost your shit at that. Still not over the spit in the water. Technically, Venidra did start it. Few things bring Venidra as much joy as the suffering of others. That's rough. I was just saying how I don't like sadistic because you got a general opinion -10 penalty. That's really rough. Like, sure, this is good if you're going for an intrigue card, because you got the dread, you got the intrigue, even a little bit of prowess. But that -10 opinion with everyone, that is really difficult to work with. To my surprise, my half-brother Venidra has come to me, promising me that whatever I need, whatever he can do, he will provide if I ask. What does he get out of this promise? This is very suspicious, Venidra. Out of the nowhere, literally just as we were talking about our terrible relationship, you've come offering a favour. Very odd. Now, normally I go to modify vassal contract and, like, go for higher taxes as soon as I get something like this, but maybe we want to, I don't know, revoke the title, maybe? Still only a 12% chance with the hook, so maybe not. I think if we revoked the title as well, that would just, like, completely ruin any hopes of a good relationship. That would probably make us rivals. Negotiate alliance? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That way you can't join any faction against us. There we go. You were in a faction to install yourself as the leader of Cornwall, and now you can't do that. That was a very diplomatic way to, you know, keep you down. I could have killed you, could have revoked your title, but no, I did the nice thing, I just formed an alliance with you. That is, like, the only reason to have done the alliance as well, because it's not like I can call you into my wars, because you're my vassal. If you're curious as well, Venidra, you do already have 3 children. You have young mech bots, who I didn't name. Your character decided to name it after your dad, which happens to be me, mech bots. Then you've got Mevor and Petrock. You can actually... I thought you could rename children, but I guess they have to be in your court. So I can't rename them. Brotherly bonds indeed. How is your heir coming along? Young mech bots. You're raising me up to do intrigue? Okay. Personally, I would have gone for diplomacy, but whatever. Ooh, Katrin's pregnant again. Anyway, I'm glad to see you again, Venidra. It's been a lot quieter this stream than it was yesterday. Fair fewer people this time. But, you know, we just stuck around doing the same thing as yesterday. I streamed Half-Life 2 for a couple of hours. Had a couple of people join who only watched me for that. Had my break, and now here I am playing CK3 again. Just back home after work. Ah, fair enough. We're gonna go for the development growth. Couldn't watch earlier. No problem. Don't worry about it. What should we build now? It says... I think I'm just going to save up to upgrade the forestry thing again here. So that's 125, oh, 127. Not too far off. A little bit of waiting. Let's have a little look around the world again. Oh, Yarnamova has reunited. I guess Big Brother has taken over his little brother, the Jarl of Mercia. Oh god, hang on. I was just going to say there's still... Oh no, the younger brother that was in Dehabarth is now no more. It is reverted back to Welshman, so that's good to see. But anyway, what's this? As the door to the birthing chamber opens, I am not greeted by smiling midwives and a crying babe, but instead Princess Catalin's heart-wrenching wails. I'm so sorry, my lord. The midwife does not look me in the eye. In her arms is a tiny covered bundle. Your daughter, she's in heaven now. Sad times. And then there's Ulvenidra's friendship. I never expected I would grow as close to Ulvenidra as I have done in the past few years. Seems like Venidra's also making an effort to improve relations, so that's nice. Even got the mail you alive. Oh, that's nice. Nice that Twitch is actually sending out alerts. On multiple occasions, he has proven himself to be a reliable and forthright man with only my best interests at heart. It is rare to find a true friend. I never want to see his face again. Nah, we're gonna become friends. There we go. Look, we're now friends. We're all just happy family here. You and Venidra became friends after finding common ground as the result of many deep conversations. Pretty much on time, like 6:30 or what you said. Yeah, I've been like trying to be punctual with that. Technically, I was ready to start streaming earlier, like around 1:15, but I'd rather just stick to the same time than even try to do it earlier. I'm nice and friendly. Yeah, you are. It's nice to see that you made an effort. I can actually stop swaying you now as well. We'll sway... Let's sway the bishop. No, actually, no, let's go for the marshal. I forget that the bishop doesn't actually have any churches to be in charge of. I saunter between the market stalls of Launceston, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? We had this one before. It's the jeweller's shop or the smithy now. So, prestige, taxes, or 75% chance. It's pretty good. And the smithy one is good because 10% cheaper army and 20% holding taxes. And we have a chance at Melor becoming our friend. So yeah, let's follow his advice. And it was bad advice. We got the 25% chance of failing. Sad times. All it took is you being in chat. Yeah, I think that's gotta be it, isn't it? Like, the AI detected your presence, so it decided it best actually act nice. You can declare war on Jarl. That is a name and a half, isn't it? I believe that... I don't know how that letter's pronounced, actually. I know that one there, which is still used in Icelandic, is like a T and a H, a th sound. But I don't have a clue about that one. I think that's like more of a D sound, so it'd be like Hundjöfr. Hundjöf Sigfridsson. Apparently we can declare war on him. Anyway, we will not. In a bid to solidify their own personal power, it seems King Sexred and King Ragnar have signed a devilish treaty, dividing the realm of England between them. Henceforth, areas currently under Nordic control will be subject to the Dane law, while the remaining native states are acknowledged as English territory. This is very cool. This is the, like, historically accurate thing to negotiate the Dane law, which splits England into the Norse and the English side. I only saw the AI do this for the first time the other week, and now here they are doing it again while I'm actually in Britain, so this is very cool. What brazen treachery to their countrymen is this? And there's a whole bunch of stuff here, like opinion changes, vassals, count is changing. We'll just have a look for ourselves, shall we? So, it's still very messy. Basically, the petty king of Wessex has become the king of England. He's not gained any new territories. And it seems the biggest Viking around, which was the king of, or the Jarl of Yarnamother, he has become the king of the Danelaw. And you can see in the de jure map mode it's also adapted, so now England is pretty pathetic, representing only the very south, and then the Danelaw has the rest. So Danelaw might actually be able to just, like, diplomatically vassalize the rest of England, like Jorvik and Northumbria, depending on the relations, and depending if these Vikings feel like getting along and subjecting themselves to Ragnar here. But equally, England might also try and vassalize Kent, and maybe even me. That is a point, actually. We could now technically swear fealty to England and be safe under England's protection. We wouldn't have to worry about Vikings attacking us anymore. That's a sad-looking England. Yeah, very sad. And the de jure one's not any better either, is it? Either way you look at it, it's not great. In the other game I was talking about, where I saw the AI form it was a lot more true to, like, history, so I'd say England comprised of, you know, all the south, Cornwall, Wessex, Kent, Gloucestershire, Essex, and then also Mercia, whereas the Danelaw was East Anglia, Jorvik, Northumbria, and Lancaster, so it was a lot more of an even diagonal split, but this one, very uneven. Yeah, I'll have to consider that. I'll have to see if we really do want to become a vassal of the King of England, because it would be very nice not having to worry about the Vikings so much anymore. But it would also limit us, because we'd be then giving a bit of our money and men to the king. Because, well, obviously we'd be his vassal. There is also now the danger that we are his de jure. Like, this is de jure England, so he does have a right to invade us and conquer us. So we'll have to see what happens, I guess. Mind you, if we're waiting and seeing what happens, it might be a bit too late. He has a claim on Kent as well as it being de jure, so that's probably going to become part of England soon. Definitely going to have to play a bit more zoomed out now and keep an eye on what these two kingdoms do. It's going to be very impactful on what we do in turn. Speaking of, I was saying to Hoy how it feels like very limited at the moment. We're like practically cornered into the island here. Even Wales is stronger than us, like nearly 2,000 men in Gwynedd. We could go for Gwent. If we fabricated a claim on Gwent, we could try and make moves for Dav. I googled how to pronounce this once, and it is not at all how it's spelled. It's like Daveth or something. Or Gwent itself. But again, that would cost money to fabricate a claim. Oh no, the toy fowl is about to break, apparently. It's got 20 years left in it. 25 gold to repair as well. I'll leave it a few more years yet. I'll just keep that notification there so I don't forget. Because I want to spend money on buildings first. The carps. If it is a pond for carps you are interested in, I can build you a terrific one, my lord. The builder before me has good credentials, and my courtiers seem very excited about the prospect. You'll have all the resources you need. 50 gold for that blanket 20 opinion of every courtier. Is that truly the best deal you can give me? We get the blanket thing, 100 stewardship experience, and there's a 60% chance we save money, which seems pretty good to me. Or stop wasting my time. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to try and get that 66% chance. Made a great deal. We've got slightly better councillors now compared to our dad's reign. I'll get to that in a second. I just wanted to double check everyone. I think I'll keep you, Vanindra, as the spy master. Because you're just as good at diplomacy, but it's nice to have a friend in the position of spy master. It's very unlikely if not impossible, that you will join the plot against us now. That leaves second best being, yeah, Ilkarthen Boscawen here. So we'll fire the old one, increase our diplomacy on the Chancellor position by 4. Marshall's already good because I just appointed him. Steward's already good. Council's looking good now. Now for this. This is interesting because the King of Brittany died. The King of Brittany being our brother-in-law, and our current wife actually has a claim on the Kingdom of Brittany. Partially why we married into this family. This family which is also an extended part of our dynasty. Though we have lost our alliance with Munster, which I was relying on. Because I was going to say, now that the king's dead, our alliance is dead. So we could technically press a war for our wife's claims. Except maybe we can't. Apparently she can only control Pentheve, I think? Or Cornwall. Is that because... I think that might be because the Kingdom of Brittany is male preference. So even though she does have a strong claim, a pressed claim on the Kingdom of Brittany, we can't actually declare war for it for some reason. That's disappointing. At best, we could go for this or this. One of these two counties. And frankly, I don't think it's worth the risk fighting someone bigger than us. Damn, I was really hoping that would be a quick and cheesy way for us to take over Brittany, but I guess not. Maybe later on, if we become a kingdom in Britain, maybe we can become the King of England a lot easier, since England now only comprises of this territory. Then we can try and press someone's claim for the Duchy of Brittany, which happens to be the exact same size as the kingdom, and then we could take the whole thing in one doing that. But that'd depend on finding someone with a claim on it. Ah, Lanky Lad has been murdered. You'll have to screenshot this, Hoy, and send it to the Discord. I had so many hopes for you, my sweetest child. All the things you would learn, experience, and do. There were so many possibilities, a whole life to live. Maybe you would have had children of your own one day, but now none of those things will ever come to be. Rest in peace, little lanky lad. Well, luckily for Vanidra, that is like one less person out of the way in the line of succession. So now Vanidra is the second in line to become the... what are we? The petty king of Cornwall. If Lanky Lass now dies, then Vanidra will be set up to become the king. And you know, that might actually be beneficial for us, because that would mean controlling both counties again. He fell out of a window. It might actually say how he died. Oh no, it just says mysterious circumstances. So we can pretend he was pushed out a window. Sure. Or fell. Sure. Today I was given grave news. My wife Catelyn has fallen ill with cancer. God, the news just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? I fear this is the end. Only a miracle can save her. The physician wants to know how my wife should be treated. Oh, I thought this was our old physician who had the wise man trait, so he was going to do some crazy stuff, but no, we have a genuinely good physician. Also, I did say, before we appointed him as our physician, he didn't have any experience, and now he's got the best physician trait. So that's worked out nicely. Didn't have to pay for hiring a fancy one. Normally I go for the most cautious one because it's very rare that goes wrong, and when it goes right it's just good enough to counter it. Don't really need any more. What do we reckon? Do we be cautious? Do we go for drastic measures? Choice is up to my wife. I feel like giving my wife the choice, since she's a grown woman. It's her life. If it were up to me, it would just be cautious, but since this is on stream, it might be a little bit more exciting to do drastic measures, see what happens. And it is cancer after all. It's pretty rough. So maybe we can take drastic measures and get rid of the cancer altogether rather than just countering it. I'm going to take a risk. Oh my god. Successful treatment. We didn't get rid of the cancer, but he seems to have cleaved her face off, and the game's considered that greatly reduced disease symptoms. She's wounded and disfigured, but she got a massive boost to resisting the cancer, so is that a win? I guess? Maybe? Well, we're now married to Doctor Doom, so at least that's a win. Do we want to repair the toy yet? It has only been 1 year since last time it asked us. Cornwall's looking good. It hasn't changed at all since we started. My mouse is playing up now. I can't seem to drag this window. Ugh. Hang on. I need to just give it a squirt with some compressed air, I think. I really hope this isn't loud for you guys. Apologies in advance if it is. I'll just take the cap off. Might not even be able to hear it, actually. Hopefully that's fixed it. Might just be like a crumb that got in between the mouse button. Let's see. Oh god, no, it is like doing a lot of broken clicking. I'm going to take this time to say that I do not support Corsair mice. This is the second mouse that has done this from Corsair. It's very annoying. Okay, it seems it's working a little bit better now. Some moments must be recorded forever. The time that I became friends with Ulvanidra of Devon is one of them. Such an incredible memory must be preserved for all time. I might not be a good writer, but with time and effort I could surely pen something myself. Assembling and illustrating a tome can quickly become a costly endeavour, however. I will record it myself, God willing. You gain a memory of Ulvanidra artifact. That's interesting. 50 gold. Yeah, you know what, we're gonna do it. What did we get? Oh, it's a book. The tome retells the story of when Petty King Hoyblobvis of Cornwall became friends with Ulvanidra of Devon. Simple as. Bit of tyranny loss, bit of prestige, it's okay. Could be better, could be worse. It's a nice token of our friendship. I wonder what the book includes, because our friendship is a little bit strange. The game says we became friends after finding common ground as the result of many deep conversations. But the way I see it, you just sort of stepped forward, gave me a favour, and I was like, alright then, you're not bad. New perk. Let's go for Taxman. Apparently we can increase control in Cornwall. Should do that. Everyone else is fine as is, I reckon. We should be swaying someone, I just realised we're not. Are any knights, like, really... Oh, Lead isn't happy with us. Let's improve opinion with him. I've actually reached the 4-hour mark now, but I don't feel like stopping whatever because you've basically only just got here, Vanidra. So I'll stream a little bit longer. Oh, he's finished building up control in Cornwall, that's nice. We can build buildings, but still not the next forestry building. We just keep spending money. Oh, great, and now the Vikings are back again. This is the classic Britain experience in the 867 start. Being raided by this guy from Norway. With nearly 1,500 men, so we can't really counter that. We just have to see and pray that he doesn't do much damage. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about improving pinions with Lollardy anymore because it's been kidnapped and taken to Norway. We'll just cancel that then. Who is the husband? This random guy? I guess we had a random Irishman in our court. I'm not sure why. He's also now died. He wasn't kidnapped, he actually died. Okay. We gotta improve opinions with someone else now. Sullivan isn't too impressed with us. Let's go for him. course, they're now sieging Tintagel, and then they're probably also going to go for Exeter, so we'll have to keep an eye on Vanidra and Vanidra's lot. Armagale can now marry. Let's just go for a big alliance again. Nordgau, 2,000 men. I can go for that. It's not that far, it's in Germany. Barcelona? Nah, Nordgau. Now let's hope not too many people die in Exeter. He's ransoming lead back to us. I didn't expect that, but yeah, let's do that, sure. Don't have to improve opinion with him after all. God. Hopefully he doesn't kill half of the family. Oh no. He captured Mechbots and Mevor, 2 of Vanidra's sons. Tragic. We'll probably have to pay the ransom on them then. Or maybe Vanidra will pay for it. Corrupt tax collector. I've noticed various inconsistencies and omissions in the tax records for Cornwall. It is clear these errors cannot be simple mistakes. Someone has been embezzling funds. My kids. Yeah, they've gone on a holiday to Norway, I'm afraid. It's probably only going to cost like 10 gold to get them back each. Shouldn't be too expensive, I imagine. Unfortunately, the trail of this mysterious culprit is erratic enough that it is difficult for me to determine exactly which tax collector is responsible. Don't really want Dread. No reason for us to be going for Dread, really. Controlling Cornwall would be good, because that just got raided, so that is... Yeah, that would be perfect, actually, increasing control back to 100. I don't really want to risk 10% less taxes either, though it would give us lifestyle experience. And the prestige would be nice if we did succeed, not to mention the 5% more taxes. I don't feel like risking it. I'm just going to try and get the control back to 100 in the capital. And then we will also increase it in... Actually, no, we don't need to increase control in Devon, because we aren't getting the direct taxes and men from that anyway. We'll let Vanidra do that himself. Vanidra's wife is also being captured, apparently. And I can't ransom them. It is entirely up to Vanidra to pay out of his own gold to get his wife and 2 kids back. To make my Marshal Sullivan more susceptible to my attempts at approaching him, I can include a compliment in my next missive to his court. To his court? He's my Marshal. He's in my court. Whatever. I'll mention his assertive presence. Greetings, Peking Hoi Blobvis of Cornwall. Our recent correspondence has been a source of joy for me. I cannot help but think we might both benefit from increased communication. I agree. Looking at the time, I reckon I will stream until the next hour, which is 11 o'clock for me. So 25 minutes left and I'll call it an end. Terracotta Toy Fowl still got 18 years left. I can barely speak now. I felt like I was going to have a stroke. I just stumbled over every word. Do we even have... Oh yeah, we've got Nordgau as an ally. Klingenberg as well. So 2 German allies. But we don't really have anyone to attack at the moment. Maybe we should fabricate on Daved. Again, don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, what the hell, I'm going to start fabricating a claim there. It's probably going to piss off Gwynedd, because that's, clearly something they're also interested in. Do it. I am, don't worry. It's going to cost us money, but by the time that has, gone around and it's time to actually get the claim, we'll probably have spent money on upgrading Tintagel anyway. A shady discussion. I'm passing through the castle gardens for a morning walk when a soft breeze carries the voices of Lead and Gwenerre to my ear. Gwenere was our old spy master. Interesting. I don't doubt that she is plotting something. The two courtiers are talking to each other in a secluded spot nearby, frequently glancing around to make sure nobody is listening. While it is hard for me to make out most of their words from a distance, it is clear that their discussion relates to Earl Vanidra. Oh no. I will have them bound and delivered to Vanidra. So I would be losing one of my best knights. And then a woman that is a bit dangerous, so... I'd rather not lose him. I don't care about losing her. If only I could get a bit closer. Basically a 50-50 chance. I must know what they're hiding. I torture them, which almost always ends in them dying. I am going to... I'm just going to try and listen into what they're saying. Oh, they spotted me. I just didn't want to risk losing the knight, if I'm honest. Which knight was it? Was it... It was Lead, wasn't it? Yeah, him. Yeah, he's our second best knight. 20 prowess. A decent commander, because he's got flexible leader. 20 martial. He's brave. Blade master. He's a cool guy. So hopefully they're not planning to, like, murder you or anything, Vanidra. Oh, here we go. It has come to my attention that your Bishop, Osney, is working to fabricate a spurious claim on the lordship of Dyfed. I just gotta say Dyfed. I implore you to remember that you are a petty king by right, not by greed. Signed, Earl Vanidra of Devon. I know what I'm doing, Vanidra. God damn it, Vanidra, stop preaching. I'm just trying to expand the realm. It's none of your business who I'm fabricating claims on. Even though we're friends, we're already down to 31 opinion. It's not great. Our friendship is being tested here. You're too good and Hoy is too bad. Minus 300 piety here. I keep clicking this to see what the notification is because I keep forgetting it's just this one, so I'm going to dismiss it and hopefully I don't forget to repair that toy later on. We're not making as much money as we used to. I think because we don't control Devon anymore. We were gaining like 3 a month and now it's half that, so I guess that adds up. Keep going down that branch. Hopefully we'll actually finish that branch this time because we're not as old as the previous character was. I think we're about at the same point in it. Oh, that's a point. I forgot they added this feature where you can see the memories of a character now. So we can like look back and recollect all these nice and bad events that happened during my reign. In 870 I married Nest. I started a war against Petty King Alfred of Wessex. Then Vanidra was born. Then I lost the war against Petty King Alfred of Wessex. Then Rogan Joya was born. I became friends with Nest. I became friends with Rodri. My daughter Diamondson was born. I joined a war against Dehabarth. Then my son Armagale was born. Then Rodri and Nest threw me a birthday party. That was a nice time. Started a war against Leon. Lost a war against Leon. My friend Rodri drank himself to death. And that is the last thing he remembered before dying, apparently. What are Hoy's memories? In 886, Hoy married Catelyn. My first child, Lankilas, a beautiful girl, was born. My father Mechbots died in his sleep. I became the ruler of Cornwall. Melor came to me with gleaming bounty he'd stole from the foul petty King Alfred. Then Lankilad was born. Then Rogan Joya died in childbirth. Then I became friends with Vanidra. My son Lankilad died under mysterious circumstances. Bit of a rocky life so far for Hoy, if I'm honest. Not much good has come from this. There's the occasional childbirth, but... you know, not the best life so far. Oh, we can actually nearly finally upgrade this thing in Tintagel. Rise of the Scots. Though they share common origins with the other Anglo-Saxons, the clans living in northern Britain's lowlands have adopted to life in the rugged terrain. Diverging God, I'm really struggling to speak now. Diverging culturally and linguistically from their former countrymen, these Scots have enthusiastically embraced their new cultural identity. Will they be able to thrive on their own? Probably not. They almost never do. They always like spawn in these few counties, which happen to be controlled by the Vikings, who end up just like wiping them out or undermining them. I find that in the 867 start, when the Scots spawn, they very rarely spread, let alone become landed and independent rulers of Scotland. How's Danelaw doing? Not fighting any wars? They are allied to Jorvik, though, so they are very dangerous. The Vikings have all banded together. England has eaten Kent. I did imagine they were going to do that. I don't know whether they conquered it or if they just peacefully vassalized them, but yeah, it's the brother of the king, is the Duke of Kent. Surprised he doesn't have a claim on England, because he's his brother. But I suppose... Oh, it's because, yeah, it's the first character, so only he has had the title of England, so only he and his children, I believe, will have it. Yeah. We can upgrade Binghamton Tadgel now. And then next time we spend money should hopefully be on this claim, which is halfway done right about now. I don't know how much longer it will take. 23 months, so just under 2 years. How typical that I gain a couple more viewers now, just as I'm like, you know, preparing to tone down the stream a bit. But I appreciate you lurkers all the same. Even if it is only for like the final 15 minutes of the stream, whatever. You're more than welcome to enjoy what there is left. My voice is tired, my throat is becoming a bit sore because I've been talking for 4 hours. Not used to it. But I do enjoy streaming. It is fun. I'm glad I've decided to do it again. My Marshal Celavan has been showing off a promising new recruit. Ah, this again. Another good commander, actually. I do like that. 24 prowess. Marshal's okay, but the traits are good. Holy warrior, a vet especially helpful against any Vikings that might try and raid us if we finally build up an army. Reckless can be good, can be bad. You can see for yourself here. The minimum battle roll is -4, so you can technically roll a -4, but then equally you can also roll 6 higher than the default. So it just depends on RNG. Quite literally. Looks like the Vikings are... Yeah. The Northman army conquest of Munster, so the Vikings are trying to take over Munster now. It's a little bit worrying. The Vikings are doing very well in this game. They've already got the Danelaw, Jorvik, Sufriar, I think that's pronounced, maybe. Again, I think that letter's pronounced as like a TH, so like Sufriar, maybe. Northumbria as well, but that's basically just Jorvik Jr. Lankilas has come of age. Average education in intrigue. Oh, that is our heir now. So it's actually a good job that I didn't arrange to marry her off earlier, set up a betrothal, because now we need to do it matrilineally. That way we won't game over. Not many people are going to want to do a matrilineal marriage, unfortunately. So even if we go for like the best alliance, it's still not the best. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the age difference to be within 5 years. I'm going to like go for some really meta and gamey stuff here. So within 5 years, so they're roughly the same age. I'm going to go for inheritable traits. There aren't any. Okay, let's go for within 10 years. We could try and get the handsome trait. What about within 15? 31-year-old Croatian could give us quick. We're probably going to lose prestige because he's just like a nobody. Yeah, -300 prestige for her. But she can afford it. I think for the chance at getting quick in the family, it's going to be worth it though. Yeah, that should maybe work out. Let's hope. To the impressive Hoiblobvis, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. I will graciously take the hand of your daughter and heir Lankilas in holy matrimony. May God grant us long life and many children. Really hoping for the second part. What's happening in the rest of the world? Anything every time I go to try and look at that, I get an event that pops up. Ugh, it's time to decide how to treat Catelyn's Catelyn's cancer again. I would recommend drastic measures, but the choice is yours, my lord. Well, we did drastic measures before and it worked, and the fact our 3-star physician is now recommending it, I'm gonna risk it and do it again. Disastrous mistreatment. Ugh. Poor wife. It takes me a moment to recognize Princess Catelyn. She is so bruised and swollen she barely looks human. As I grab her hand, my wife attempts to speak, but no sound passes her lips. The miserable physician is standing in the corner of the room, anxiously wringing his hands. Ugh. We're going to get stress from either of these options which I normally take. I normally go for this top one because I like to forgive the physician, because they get smarter when you do it. And, you know, it's usually an accident anyway. But Hoy's an angry, sinful man, so he would rather imprison or even kill the physician. That poor wife, I know, she's probably going to die now. Yeah, health is near death. She is not long for this world. I'm thinking of actually just taking the stress loss because he is a really good physician, intelligent and renowned physician. It will be hard to find someone that lives up to him. Lost an arm, an eye, her face, and got cancer. She hasn't actually lost an arm. That's just, I think you're just looking at the wounded trait here. When they've lost an arm, that is the maimed trait. Which does look similar, to be fair. It's a bandaged arm, like a whole arm rather than just a hand, but wounded isn't great, look. She has lost an eye, though. He has cut her eye out. You are correct on that. He did, like, cleave her face open the first time we tried the cancer. And then there is the cancer itself. Yeah, at least she's still got arms. And her hands don't look that bad. She is about to die, though. I guess Hoy's going to be getting a second wife soon, but... Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. I'm thinking of taking the stress loss just because, again, very valuable physician. And it's only 40 stress, so that will just tip us over, like, slightly. Like, we'll be at the next level, like, exactly, like, 0 into it. So, if we just, like, call a hunt or host a feast, that should put us back down to normal. Yeah, I'm going to do that. This will not happen again, do you understand me? Mental break, wanton desires. Lately it feels like I'm constantly being distracted by lascivious thoughts and erotic fantasies. Hoy, you dastardly devil, you. With all the hardships of my everyday life, it is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. This all stems from the fact that Hoy caught 2 servants plucking the chicken from playing hide-and-seek in a wardrobe. I think the game said plucking the chicken. It might have been a different euphemism. These desires are clearly interfering with my life, but what should I do about them? Become rakish? End up going to the brothel all the time? Not a bad choice. Convert to a different branch of Christianity? That would basically be a death sentence for the run, as we just get holy ward. I will bite my lip and try to stay focused. It'd give us more stress, but like I say, we're only just into the first stress level, so 25 extra stress is not that bad. If we were to call a hunt, we would lose 30, so it would cancel out the 25 and put us back down to 0, just. But the hunt costs 67, so we'd have to wait a bit first. And it would mean spending money which we were planning to use on this fabrication, so maybe not. We'll just send him to the brothel. No longer overwhelmed by stress. Oh god. Is it the same thing again? I am happily soaking at the bathhouse. It's the same thing. I mean, like father, like son, I suppose. Yeah, I'm genuinely having fun. He seems to like guys a lot. We've become friends. Yeah, just friends. It's with... Oh my god, the irony. So he's befriended the very physician which he desperately wanted to imprison or even execute just a couple of days ago. Interesting twist of fate, but sure. Sucked together in a bathhouse. Oh, she's died. My dear Catelyn, I might not have loved you, yet I feel your passing more acutely than I ever thought possible. You were always there, my constant companion. Did I take you for granted? There are so many things I left unsaid. Stress again. And now Hoy here needs to remarry. I mean, he's been going to the brothel so much, maybe he can just bring a woman back home with him and marry her. I'm going to reset the filters so we can get an alliance again, hopefully. We can ally Munster, but they're in the middle of their war against the Northmen. And it's about even, actually. They're outnumbered, but only by 300 men. I think the Vikings will still win, though, because the Vikings tend to have very good commanders. So, if not Munster, then it will be Gwynedd again. But I don't really want to do that because we'd be waiting 16 years to marry that person. And that 16 years will be without the bonus attributes from being married. So that brings us to Barcelona, which would be an alliance worth 2,500 men. She's already of age. Her traits and attributes aren't great, but I'll take it. Hoy is remarrying. Congrats, Hoy. It's a bit soon, but you don't care. Receptive petty King Hoy Blobvis of Cornwall, I gladly accept your marriage, yada da da da. This is Hoy's second wife. Petty Queen... Guarawa? She is wrathful, she is gluttonous, and she is greedy. What more could you want from a woman? At least they'll both get along because they're both, like, angry, sinful human beings. A strange noise. I read this out earlier for Hoy, but I'll read it again for your sake, Vanidra, because I like it. I arrived back at my castle after a long, lonely walk. Another year passed, another year older. I was born this day, 38 years ago. The older I get, the more I cherish the relationships I've cultivated over the years. So it saddens me that I've not heard from my wife, Guarawa, or any of my friends today. I trudge along to my chambers, loneliness impeding my lazy feet when I hear a clang and hushed whispers from down the hallway. What could that be at this hour? I love that you read those things. I think that's the appeal of me playing CK3. Like, when people have come along and mentioned in the chat whatever, it seems to be that they stay because I actually read the events. I don't know. It is taxing on my throat, though, I will admit. Happy birthday! What a surprise. All my nearest and dearest friends have come together to wish me well as I begin this next year of my life. There is even an entire table laden with candied figs, my favourite. Here I was thinking that everyone had forgotten about me. I cannot believe that Melor being the steward we shared a bath with and bonded in over, went to all the trouble of arranging this in secret. I had not a clue such a thoughtful surprise was being planned at all. My friend Vanidra approaches me struggling to carry 3 beautifully wrapped packages. Ever the trickster, he says, I've 3 gifts here for the choosing, one shall be yours, but which shall it be? Better than just clicking through the events. Well, that's how I play when I'm in single player, but I feel if I'm streaming it, I might as well make a bit more of a fuss out of the events. It's more fun that way as well, like, it's an excuse to pay attention to them and, like, delve into the characters and create stories again, something which I tend not to do as much anymore, because I play it a lot more gamily. Yeah, here we are. You, Vanidra, have brought Hoy 3 presents on his birthday. We have a choice of the biggest one, large, medium, or small. How about you do the honours, Vanidra? When I had this event before, I asked Hoy which one to go for. Which one do you think we should go for? Large, medium, or small? Technically speaking, you should know what's in them because they are presents from you. The small one, Good things come in small packages. You have been... Oh my god. The morsel of St. David, which, that's actually the exact same gift we got last time when Hoy picked the large box. And we were planning to steal it back when Vikings stole it from us, because I believe... Yeah, this guy here, his dad stole it when he raided our capital. This is the morsel of St. David we originally owned, as you can see here. Given to Petty King Mechbots on my birthday, and then stolen away. And now, in the small present, you have given us another one. You stole it in secret. Yeah, you just like... It says it's here, it's a piece of dried meat, so you just like opened the box, put in a bit of like beef jerky and ran away with the real morsel of St. David, and you've given it back to the family. It's a good idea. Well done. Much appreciated that. +2 clergy in opinion, and +4 opinion with every other Catholic. It is nice. I do like overlook it a little bit later on when you get more higher quality events, but as far as like the common lower tier artifacts go, this is a decent one. I think I said events instead of artifacts before then. That's how we do things in Cornwall, yeah. It's very Indiana Jonesy. It reminds me of the scene where he's like trying to take the golden artifact and he puts like a bag on it instead. Some of my councillors believe the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, yet I am often disappointed. After a long day, I am complaining to Guerawa. I really struggle with that name. When she interrupts me. Let me do something about it, husband. A few lessons might sharpen their wits. So she can improve the skills of our marshal, our steward, or our bishop. Though our bishop wouldn't appreciate it, so he would stop endorsing us. So maybe better marshal or better steward. These happen to be our two best councillors anyway. I'm just going to go for the marshal. Actually, no. The fourth option. Stay here with me instead. That would mean we lose stress. I'm actually going to do that because we need to lose the stress. So we lay with our wife. Previously leaderless, the Manichaean priesthood have made that their new Yamag. So there's a new head of faith for the Manichaeans over here, north of Tibet. But with that, I think I'm going to end the stream because I just saw the time and it's about to turn 11 o'clock. My throat is hurting, I'm tired. I want to go to bed soon. So I'm going to end the stream here. Go to exit the game and put it to the ending screen. The classic music. I'm glad you could make it, even just for like the last like half an hour or so of the CK3 segment, Vinidra. It was a pleasure to have you again. Nice to see you. Thank you, Hoy, as well. I don't know if you're still here or if you've like fallen asleep watching the stream or something. And thank you to Armor Jail and Godslayer Turret for joining for the Half-Life segment earlier. No new followers today, but that's okay. We had old followers rewatching, and that's just as valuable. Yeah, I'll see you next time, Vinidra. Thanks for coming today. Have a good night. Thanks for everyone else that joined, lurkers and regular followers alike. And that'll be all from me, I think. As I said in the break earlier, which I just almost forgot to say as a reminder, the stream will not be happening at 6:30 tomorrow. So I don't know if you're still here, Vinidra, but if you are, yeah, it won't be at 6:30 tomorrow. Mind you, you say you're at work anyway. Oh, but then again, it is Saturday, so I don't know. But yeah, it's probably going to be at 7 o'clock, maybe 7:30 at the latest, UTC +1, because I have shopping coming and I need to collect that. But that's about it from me, I think. With that, I'm going to bring an end to the stream. So, bye-bye for now.